Well, breaking right now in the North Korea showdown as the rogue nation seems to be backing down from its attack or for its threat to attack Guam. Now, Kim Jong-un delaying a decision on firing missiles towards the U.S. territory, and CIA Director Mike Pompeo making it clear that we are not on the brink of nuclear war when he defended the president's tough rhetoric.
The president's made very clear to the North Korean regime how America will respond if certain actions are taken. We are hopeful that the leader of that country will understand them in precisely the way they are intended, to permit him a place to get where we can get the nuclear weapons off the peninsula. It's that straightforward.
Well, joining us now is Jonathan Schanzer. He is the Senior Vice President at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
So the turnaround by North Korea, if in fact we believe them, do you think that it's in regards to President Trump's tough rhetoric? Do you think that's what turned them around?
Well, I think the tough rhetoric is part of it, and I think it does mark a change in policy. I think in the past we've not really used that credible threat of military force, and that may have an impact on the leader of North Korea. But I think that also the fact that we have all elements of American power at play here. We've got diplomacy working, we've got that back channel underway, we've got the threat of sanctions against China, and we're looking to galvanize international support. All of those things brought together, I think, really poses a challenge to the North Korean regime. But more importantly, I think we have to remember that the North Koreans are really good at this cat and mouse game. So they can ratchet up tension and then they can bring it back down again, take us off our edge, bring down our vigilance, and then start back over again. And I think that is the pattern that we should expect here.
Yeah, that's why I said if we believe them. Let's take a listen to what the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Joseph Lunsford, had to say.
Do we have the capability to defend the peninsula? Do we have the capability to defend Guam, Hawaii, and the United States? The answer is yes, we do.
Now and into the future.
Now and into the future. Again, based on the projection of capacity we have, we will make adjustments to our force posture, and we'll make our adjustments to our capabilities based on the threat as it emerges. But we're clearly watching that very closely, and our posture here in the theater and our capability development, back at home, is based on our projections of the threat.
General Dunford making those comments in South Korea, then from there on to Beijing and then Tokyo. All three of those countries obviously don't want war as well. What do you think about his comments?
Look, I think he's saying all the right things, that we have the ability to protect our interests in the Pacific. I think the real key right now is the fact that we are reaching out to some of our allies in the Pacific as well as some of our adversaries. We have long held that China is really the key to all of this, that the Chinese are the ones who are the financial outlet for North Korea. Without China, they are completely cut off from the international system. So we need to be working with them while we continue to make it clear to the North Koreans that we have that credible threat of force in response to whatever plans they may have to provoke the United States.
Yeah, and also all at the same time, Iran watching the very latest on all these developments. We don't really have time to get to that, but that an important part of all this as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.